We are starting exam number 2 for Word. There are 7 projects. We're in the first project. Our overview is that you are updating pages for this catalog. So task number 1 says that you want to add page numbers to the bottom of all pages. So you want to go to the Insert tab, you want to do page numbers, and you want to do bottom page numbers, and you want to scroll down until you get to accent 4. So it's going to show the word page, vertical bar, and the number 1, and it will automatically put the page numbers in based on that. So we have 2 pages. So you can see it put page, the bar, and that, and we're in header and footer, so we're going to close out of that. So you can see now that I have page 1 and I have page 2. So I'm done with that. Task 2, change the subject property. So we're going to come here to Info, Show All Properties, and we are going to find the subject property, and we are going to put in Desktop Support. And I just click off of it just to make sure. Hit the arrow, mark as complete. Display the paragraph marks on the document. These are the hide show codes. All you're doing is pressing them. All of the paragraph symbols mean an enter. Any of the dots mean a space. And then any of the arrows mean that you press the tab button. So that's all that means. Task 4, apply a yellow highlight to the heading prerequisite. So you have to find the word prerequisites, and we want to add a yellow highlight. Press complete. Task 5, add a table with 3 rows and 4 columns on the second page below syllabus. So I am going to insert a table that has 4 columns and 3 rows. Columns are going across, rows are going down. Doesn't ask me to do anything else except add it underneath. So now let's grade it. So I am good with my green, so I can continue. Project number 2, we are looking at a flyer, and you are the technician of the store. You have been tasked to prepare a new flyer. So we're working on editing this flyer. So the first one is apply the gallery theme. So I am going to go to Design, and I am going to pull down Themes, and I'm going to do Gallery. So it will change the coloring of the gallery. Remove the functionality from the table. So here's your table. So I don't want it a table, I just want it words. So if I go to Layout, I can convert the table to text. So it's under Layout. So as soon as I click that inside this table, I get Design, which changes the design of it or changes the layout of it. So I'm going to convert to text. So I'm going to say retain the font formatting, and I'm just going to leave it as tabs, because if there's commas between it, so obviously I want a tab between each of these words. So then if I turn on my codes, you can see that there's a tab in between there. Task number 3, change the numbered list below the heading, what is regular maintenance? And I want to number it 1 to 5. So if I highlight this and I come up to numbering and I want to set the number value, I don't want it to start with 4. I want it to go back and start with 1. So then if I highlight it and change it, it will go back and start and number 1 to 5. Task number 4 says add a heart shape with blue fill below the last line of the text in the document. So I need to come below here. I need to insert a shape. It has to be a heart. So I'm going to do a heart. it has to be filled with blue. So right now it's filled with red. So I'm going to go up to the fill, and this is blue. It doesn't tell me to change the outlining of the heart, which that would be the shape outline. It is only telling me to change the fill. So I'm going to press complete. Task 5, move the image at the top of the document. So let's go back to the top so that it aligns with the left margin. So I'm going to pull this and put it to the left margin underneath computer care. I'm going to hit mark for complete, and I'm going to grade it. So now it's telling me that I got that one wrong. So I'm going to retry it. Okay, so it's task 5 tells me I want to align it. So I'm going to have to press the graphic, and I'm going to have to go to format, and I'm going to have to do align. So now it wants me to align it to the left, and it just moved it a little bit. I was trying to eyeball it, and it says align right here. So you have to go up to the align for it to be correct. So now let's grade that and see if I got it. And I got it. So now I can continue. We are on project number 3, and I have a brochure that I'm going to use for this company and make some adjustments. It says, below the headings, our mission statement, above our popular games. It wants me to insert the file motto.docx located in the GMetrix folder. So motto is a Word document. So when I go to insert, I want to insert an object, and it's a text file. So I want to insert a text file. I need to go to my documents, and I need to scroll down till I get to my GMetrix, and then it says motto. And then it puts my motto up there. So I'm going to mark that. Task number 2 says, add a trademark immediately after the heading GameStop. So GameStop is right here. Trademark is a symbol, and it's the TM. So if I hover over it, it will say trademark sign. So I want to put the trademark sign there. Merge all cells in the table. So I have to scroll down until I get to the table, more of our most popular games. And I want to do it into one cell. So I want to merge all of these into one cell. So I want to go to layout, and I want to merge cells. And now it's just one big happy cell. So I highlighted everything in the table, and I went to merge cells. So let's mark that. Task 4, convert the text below, more of that, into a numbered list. So I want to highlight this. I want to number the list. And then it says, continue the numbering sequence from the list below, our most popular games from the first page. Okay, so here, our most popular games. So I have 5 there. So I can't do 1, I have to change it. So I have to set the value to 6. Let's do this again. Okay, so number. Set the number to 6. Okay, and figure out, and then that's 10. So what I did is, if 1 is, I must not have highlighted that. So then I'm pressing the backspace key, and as soon as I hit enter, the numbering will come out. So the top of the page is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then these are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remove the background from the picture of the game controller. Being careful not to crop up any part of the controller. So here's the image, okay, and here's the controller. I want to remove the background. So I'm going to go to Format, and I can remove the background. So you can see that this purple, I want to keep these areas. So I'm going to click on Keep Areas. I'm going to get a pencil, and I am going to pencil this in. I'm going to keep that area. I'm going to pencil this in to keep this area because I don't want to lose it. Okay, and then I'm going to say keep the changes. So there I have my controller, and I got rid of the background. And I missed a little spot there, but let's see if it allows me to continue. So now it's not going to allow me to continue. So now I need to retry. So I need to come back to 5, come back here, click, and I need to remove the background, and I need to remove this area. And keep this area. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping the black, and I'm removing so you pretty much have to be direct on that in order for it to do it. So it might ding me because I lost some of it. And it didn't, so I got all green. So that's how you go back and fix something and make sure that you understand what's going on. Okay, so now we are working on a report. It says at the end of the document, so here's my page. I'm going to scroll down to the end of the document, put my cursor here, and it says it wants to insert a Word document, a DOC. So it's an object. So I want to do a text file. So I need to go to my documents. I need to go to my GMetrix folder, and I need to bring up the document. And it will come up here. So I brought in the document. Okay, use the go-to feature. So the go-to feature is underneath Find, and it says go to. I need to find the bookmark, and I want to go to Sites bookmark. So it brings you right here, okay? And it says, and delete both the heading and paragraph starting at where to find. Okay, so where to find the rock and below. So it says delete both the heading and the paragraph. So I'm just going to press the delete, and I want to get rid of that. I wouldn't have known where that was if I didn't see the words, if I didn't go to the bookmark sites. Task 3 is add a blank footer with the text Utah travel information. So I am going to come here, I'm going to add a blank footer. So I have to go to Insert, and I want to do a blank footer. which takes me to the footer, and I want in all caps, Utah travel information. Make sure it's spelled all correctly, and then I'm going to close my footer. So underneath insert footer, you have a blank one, you have a blank one that has 3 columns, and then you start having names of them. And a footer goes at the bottom of the page. A header would go at the top of every page. So you can see my footer is down here, and it's also down here, so it's on every page. Task 4 says modify the citation. So anytime that you're going to do citation, it's underneath references. So right now I'm set for APA. You can set it for MLA, Chicago. I do APA. Here's MLA, but I always do APA because APA is business, MLA is more English. I want to manage my source, and I have to try to figure out, I want to edit this. So I want to edit the Christian one. So I'm going to click edit, and his year is not 15, it's 12. So I'm going to change it to 12 and click OK, and you can see it changed. So that's how you edit a reference. Task 5, add an automatic table to table contents on the second page. Okay, so here's my insert here. So I am going to table of contents, and I want to automatic table 2. So if I hit that, it automatically will come up because I marked everything in the document to come up. So you can automatically put in a table of contents. So now let's grade. I got them all right. So we're going to, okay, we are on project 5, and I have a quarterly newsletter again that I'm changing. It says at the bottom of the last page, I want to bookmark this information. So for more information, I want to bookmark it. So I am going to insert a bookmark, and I'm going to type the bookmark as info, and I'm going to add it. So basically what I did is if I am at the top of the page and I want to go to, and I want to find a bookmark, and I have info, and I go there, it's going to take me right to where the bookmark is. Task 2, I want to do a find and replace. So I'm going to try to go to the top of your document when you do a find and replace, because it goes down the document. So I'm going to do, on the home tab, I'm going to do replace. So what am I going to find? I want to find the word permit, and what do I want to replace it with? License. The simultaneously, you want to do them all at one time. So that's the difference between replace and replace all. If you have 7 to replace, you got to hit the replace button 7 times. If you just hit replace all, they do them all at one time. So then you'll see that you have 3 replacements, and it automatically replaces the words. Change the width of the table. So I got to find the table. Okay, so the month. So I got to be in the month, and I'm going to go to layout, and the width is 0.92. I want to make it 1.0. And then if I click off of it, it changes that column. So notice I wasn't in month, I was in the actual column to change it. Okay, insert the waterfall picture located in the document in the last paragraph of the new trail open. So here's the new trail open. Okay, I'm gonna try to do to the right of the last paragraph. So let me put my cursor at to the right of the paragraph. I'm going to insert a picture. I'm going to go find my documents folder, go find my GMetrix folder, and I'm going to get the waterfall. Now once I get the waterfall, it's going to tell me, first of all, it's changed the image size. Let's go to format, and the height of the image is going to be 4 inches. And the width of the image is going to be 2.25. So those are proportional. So if I hit 4, then it changes. So they're set for proportional. So then it says apply text tight wrap. So I'm going to do tight wrap. So then it's tight around the image. So let me hit complete. Task 5. At the bottom of the last paragraph, for more information, telephone, it says add a SmartArt process for more information. Okay, so above, for more information, I'm going to add a basic SmartArt graphic. So I'm going to insert SmartArt. I'm going to go to process, and this is a basic process. So I could go to all, but I have to scroll through so many of them. They're divided out here. So I wanted to go to process, SmartArt. And here's my SmartArt. It tells me it says change the width of, so we have to change the size of it. So let's go to format. So the height is going to be 0.5, and the width is going to be 6. So as you can see, it fits right in there. So you have to click on it, and you have to click under the format. And then you have to change the width. So let's mark that, and let's grade it. Okay, so we've got all of that. Okay, we are on project number 6, and this is a flyer, so we're on task 1. It says change the style of the list text, general appearance, trunk. So I have to try to go find that. Okay, here, so I have general appearance, then I have trunk, so I'm holding down the control key, and I have the word crown, and I want to change it to heading 3. So you can see up here it's normal, and I don't even need to pull this down. Heading 3 is right here. So I just have to click heading 3. If you can't find it, pull it down, and then you can see. Okay, so I changed my headings. Task number 2 says convert the document title. Okay, so here's my document title. I want it to be word art, so insert word art, and now I need to find olive green, accent 3, bevel sharp. So that was my word art. Below the heading, choosing a tree, so I have to go down and find choosing a tree. So between choosing a tree and the general appearance and ending with heights of the tree, format all the lists to 2 columns with a width of 3.1 and a line separating the columns. Okay, so I have to highlight general all the way down to height of a tree. So I need to do some columns. So I'm going to go to layout. I'm going to go to columns. They're asking me to do some specific things in the column. So I can't just click 2. I need a line separating it. I need a width of 3.1. So I'm going to do more columns. So here I can change I'm going to do 2 columns. My width of the column is going to be 3.1 instead of 2.94. And then the spacing, just leave the spacing and do equal columns. But you see it says line between. So now it's going to put that line between once I click OK. So it's going to do general appearance, trunk, and then crown. So general appearance comes here, trunk, and then crown, and then it comes up there. So I did that. Task 4, insert a column break just before the last bullet. Branches should not grow in clusters. So branches should not grow in clusters. I am going to do a insert a column break just before the last bullet. Okay, so I made a column break just before the last. So I can turn on my codes and you can see that I made a column break just before branches don't grow in clusters. Okay. Task number 5 says add the alternate text title office hours to the table in the document. So selecting my table, if you click your table, you can do table properties. And then you can, so I right click to get table properties, and then I'm going to put my alternate text as office hours. So I could do a description if it told me to, I could do a text. So that means when I hover over my table, it will be called office hours. So let's grade that. Okay, and I got them all right, so I can continue. Okay, we are on project 7 of exam 2, and I'm still doing a flyer for my computer company. So it says save the document as a PDF. So I'm going to do a file, save as, and then I want to as a PDF. So I need to pull this down a little bit so you can see what's going on. So and I want to call it Camp Flyer. So it is not called Camp Flyer, it's called Computer Camp. So I'm going to call it Camp Flyer. And then you pull down Save As Type. You have to pull that down and you have to say PDF. So you can save it as a web page, you can save it as a rich text, you can save it as a Word template. So there's lots of ways that you can save different documents. So I'm going to save it as a PDF, and then I'm going to save it. So then it will come up and show me in my Adobe Reader that it's a PDF. So now let me make this a little bit bigger so I can read the directions. Okay, so I'm good with that. So I just went over here and restored it. It says configure Word to replace future typed abbreviations UT with Utah. Okay, so this is actually underneath File, and you need to go to Options. So basically what you're doing is you're trying to proofread a document, and you're going to do autocorrect. So anytime somebody types UT, you want the computer to automatically spell check it and change it to Utah. So you want to add that for future and click OK. And then mark. I'm not sure if I had permission to do that, but I went through the process. Task 3, set the line spacing to 1 of the list. So this is the list. You can see that it's at 1.15. It wants me to change it to 1. So I'm going to change it to 1. Task 4, decrease the list level from date to cost. So I want to decrease the list level of the text. So that's all I have to do is I want to delete it, decrease it 1 time. So I decreased it 1 time. Task 5 says add a bevel relaxed inset shape effect to the 3 shapes in the SmartArt. So I'm going to click the SmartArt, So I click the whole entire SmartArt. I'm going to come here to Format, and I'm going to do Shape Effects, not Text Effects, Shape Effects, and I'm going to do Bevel, and I'm going to try to find the inset, the relaxed inset. So there's relaxed inset. So I'm going to mark it, and then I'm going to grade it. And task number 4 was wrong, so let's go back. And let's look at, it says decrease the list level. Okay, I did the font, so I didn't decrease the list level. So decreasing the list level will actually decrease the indent. So I did the actual font. I didn't decrease to make it to the left margin. So let's mark that as complete, and let's grade it and see. So now I got it all correct. So you, at any time, you can retry and only have to do that once.